Intro, The Sea That Never Forgets, Deutscher 230. The Aegean Sea is often imagined as paradise. Clear blue waters, white stone islands, sunlight dancing across the waves. But ancient sailors knew a very different Aegean. They whispered of certain island chains you never sailed through unless you had no choice. Places where ships vanished, where the sea behaved like it was alive. Today, we're exploring what many sailors have come to call the Shipwreck Archipelago, a loose grouping of Greek islands infamous not just for wrecks, but for the legends surrounding them. Because for thousands of years, people believed these waters weren't just dangerous, they were cursed. What is the Shipwreck Archipelago? First, an important clarification. The Shipwreck Archipelago isn't an official name on modern maps. It's a collective term used by sailors, historians, and storytellers to describe several island clusters in the Aegean and surrounding seas that share three things: extremely high numbers of shipwrecks, dangerous reefs, and violent currents, and a long history of supernatural explanations. These include islands near the Cyclades, the Dodecanese, Crete's northern and southern waters, and narrow sea passages used since antiquity. For ancient civilizations, these routes were unavoidable. Trade ships, war fleets, pilgrim vessels all passed through these waters, and many never came back. To understand the legends, we need to understand the mindset of ancient sailors. In antiquity, the sea wasn't just a place, it was a living force. Storms weren't weather patterns, they were moods. Currents weren't physics, they were intentions. Greek sailors believed every stretch of water belonged to a god, spirit, or monster. Before sailing near these islands, crews would offer wine to the sea, throw coins overboard, sacrifice animals, or delay voyages for days waiting for favorable signs. And even then, many believed once you entered these waters, your fate was already decided. Poseidon's domain, the anger of a god. One of the oldest explanations comes straight from Greek mythology. These waters were said to belong to Poseidon, god of the sea, earthquakes, and storms. Poseidon wasn't a gentle god. He was volatile, prideful, and easily offended. Ancient myths say, ships that failed to honor him were punished. Crews who boasted about their skills angered him. Even kings could be wrecked for arrogance. Some legends claim Poseidon deliberately drove ships into reefs, splitting hulls open like toys. Others say he sent false winds, breezes that felt safe until they dragged ships straight into stone. In sailor lore, the Shipwreck Archipelago wasn't cursed. It was claimed. The Sirens, songs that led to destruction. Perhaps the most famous myth tied to these waters is that of the Sirens. Unlike modern depictions, ancient sirens weren't mermaids. They were monstrous beings, half woman, half bird, who lived on rocky islands. Their song wasn't loud. Sailors said it sounded like home, loved ones calling, promises of rest and safety. Ships would drift toward the sound until they struck hidden reefs and shattered. Some legends place siren islands dangerously close to known wreck zones. And even after the myth faded, sailors still reported hearing voices in fog, music with no source, a sudden urge to change course, coincidence, or something older echoing through time. The phantom lights of the Aegean. One of the most persistent modern legends involves mysterious lights. Sailors have reported floating lights near islands at night, beacons that vanish when approached, glows hovering just above the waterline. In folklore, these were called false harbors. The idea was terrifying. Spirits of the drowned lured ships toward rocks by mimicking safe ports. Some believed these lights were ghost ships, souls of dead sailors, or guardians preventing outsiders from passing. Even today, fishermen avoid certain routes after sunset, especially when fog rolls in. Archaeological horror, a graveyard below. Modern archaeology confirms one thing. These legends didn't come from nowhere. Beneath the waves lie Bronze Age trade ships, Roman cargo vessels, Byzantine warships, Ottoman fleets, and modern wrecks from the 20th century. In some areas, wrecks lie on top of one another. Anchors, amphorae, cannons, human remains. It's not uncommon for divers to describe the seabed as a city of ghosts, and many refuse to dive there again. Theories of a curse. So why so many wrecks in the same places? There are logical explanations: sudden wind shifts, underwater reefs invisible from the surface, magnetic anomalies affecting compasses, narrow sea channels amplifying storms. But folklore offers darker ideas. Some legends say the islands themselves are alive. The sea remembers every death, and once enough blood is spilled, it demands more. One myth claims the spirits of drowned sailors drag ships downward, adding them to the graveyard. Another says the islands must remain isolated, or catastrophe follows. Even today, sailors report strange experiences: engines failing in calm waters, sudden nausea and panic, instruments behaving erratically, and the overwhelming feeling of being watched. Insurance companies quietly flag certain routes. Local fishermen pass down warnings to their children. And cruise ships, they reroute. Not because of myths, but because of statistics. Conclusion: a sea that still claims ships. The Shipwreck Archipelago may not exist on official maps, but it exists in legends, ship logs, archaeological records, and the fear passed from sailor to sailor, whether the cause is angry gods, ancient curses, or unforgiving geography. One truth remains. The sea around these islands has taken thousands of lives, and it shows no signs of stopping. So the next time you picture Greece as a sun-drenched paradise, remember this: beneath those beautiful waters lies a graveyard, and some places were never meant to be crossed. Would you sail through the Shipwreck Archipelago, or would you trust the legends?